an intro.
All right. You want to start us off?
Sure. As usual. Like, hello everybody! Welcome back to Horror Fanatic Reviews.
I hope you can see us. It's kind of dark.
We decided to try a different lighting scheme. We hope it works. Jason's back!
Woo! Woo! He missed a good one. He missed Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, he missed Pumpkinhead.
That's a sad day.
That scared the
sad day.
That scared the crap out of me again. Man, that's scary.
Good to be back though. This is gonna be a good one to watch though.
We're watching The Thing.
The Thing.
Today. John Carpenter's The Thing.
1982. And I actually heard a little bit fun fact of trivia. John Carpenter's first horror film was the original Thing that was made back in 1954.
There was one old. Didn't they redo this one?
Actually, well then one, yes. it was called I don't remember it wasn't called The Thing. It was the Wow.
It was the Wow.
It was the Wow.
It was
the original title for this was The Thing from Another World.
The Thing from Another World.
Okay, 1954 was its release. It was a black and white film, and John Carpenter, at least the article that I read, he had stated that as a kid that movie scared the shit out of him.
And, Thing from Another World. Was it him watching it as a kid?
Yeah, he said he watched it in the movie theaters as a kid.
Wow.
Okay.
And he said it scared the hell out of him. And he loved it so much that he knew that when, in the future, when he started getting more prominent with movies, that he wanted to do this as one of his films. But this is part of one of what he has admitted himself is a trilogy of apocalyptic. It's called the Apocalyptic Trilogy because it's supposed to be kind of an end of the world type scenario. It's this movie, Prince of Darkness.
Okay.
And I don't remember the name of the other film.
So wait, do they like take place in the same world, quote unquote, or are they just...
No, they were just movies that he did that all had an apocalyptic theme to them.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, that's something I didn't know. That's pretty cool.
I didn't know that either.
Good stuff, man.
This is the part where everybody points at me and yells, "Nerd!"
We all have it though.
Team 4-star. Nerd!
Nerd!
I love that.
Sire, we have a nerd in our midst. Doth thou smell the nerd?
Wow, he really needs to learn to dodge. Yeah, we're working on that.
Well, should we get started?
Indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Thing.
I'm excited.
Poor baby, you're starting to lose it, aren't you?
Your move, king to rook 1. My move, rook to knight 6. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Right, like, really?
Der kommt da weg. Der kennt mich hier nicht. Der Anschlagsding, der imitieren mich nicht. Der wirklich. Komm da weg, Idiote!
I speak English. Oh, jeez. Forgot about that. You're gonna get it now, boy.
Good job, John. You broke the window. Now we're all gonna freeze to death.
Right?
But check this out, though. Dude, right through the eye.
That's a good shot.
From that distance with a
And
handgun?
to see him in this movie, like, I forget the name of that actor, but he was in Hot Shots.
Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay.
As the president.
Yeah. What's
Oh,
going on?
yeah.
One in part 2.
I don't remember his name, though.
Yeah, it's in the whiskey.
Man, you're gonna need that after you get shot in the leg.
Right?
It's always those moments, too. You see, like, a shadow, someone goes in and just blacks out. You're like,
Well,
well,
plot device.
what will happen next? I wonder.
This is probably where they were chasing that dog from.
Yeah.
You step out of the helicopter. Bam. Party.
Yeah.
Nice out.
Smoke in bed.
We're smoking a blunt in the bed, man. Good. Hope y'all got some good homeowner insurance. But damn. Look at the hat on that guy, man. Ain't that something?
That's for Russel.
Anybody there?
Wow.
Hey, Sweden.
I'm Swedish, Mac, and Norwegian.
Hey, Sweden.
Hello, senor. Anybody home?
Go see. Got some planning to do. Put your burn on that house. Yeah, y'all need some house
Did you
fires.
leave the oven on again?
Come on, man. Have some house fires. Take your head off. You guys a bunch of tools.
Yes.
Where you at on the inside? Whoa!
Damn.
The shining right there.
Right? When did they get to that? What was that hotel called again?
Oh, man. I can't.
The one up in Colorado.
Here's Johnny.
That wasn't even in the script, was it? He just said that.
Yep.
That was an ad-lib.
Yeah, I love that for sure. Here's Johnny.
The broken display case. They did a pretty good job staying close to the story with the prequel. I was just a little disappointed with the effects.
Yeah,
Some of
for
the
sure.
acting just wasn't as good.
No, I agree with you on that one. Whoa!
Mac.
What's up, Jimbo?
Slit the wrist.
Yeah, look at the throat.
Yeah.
I know, right? Like, whoa.
That's actually really
My God, what the hell happened here?
Yeah.
Come on, Doc.
It's like in your face, and he's like, whatever.
He's like, oh, look, dead dude. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. That's smart.
I don't know what the hell's in there. It's weird and pissed off, whatever it is.
Bennings, go get Childs.
What is this?
What's that coming from?
What's going on?
Where's it coming
Hey,
from?
Harper, what is it?
Wait. Mac wants the flamethrower. Mac wants the what? That's what he said. Now move.
You know, I don't know if you ever wanted to see Willford Brimley without pants on, but there you go.
Dude.
Get your ass over here! Burn it! Damn it, Charles, torch it!
Burn for a minute.
Paranoid about setting the whole place on fire. It's like, you just saw that thing, you more about putting it out than anything
I'm
else.
a little less concerned about losing the dog kennel than I am my life.
Yeah.
You don't know what that thing is. He was just wearing that hat.
Have a moral,
Look
do
at
it!
that.
I wonder if they paid him to wear that hat or if he bought that himself.
I'm interested in what that hat is something.
You know, the helicopter freeze down in Antarctica. They have like special.
Gasoline actually is kind of and I think they use just
Whoa. Well, we found it.
you switch out the engine, you can turn that thing into a schmidt.
Kind of look like the Millennium Falcon.
Right? I saw this in the movie once.
What is Chewbacca?
That's what the thing is.
That's what Chewbacca really was.
Don't piss off a Wookiee, that's what happens.
No, that's what happens when you shave a Wookiee.
Oh gosh.
That's something fierce. So I call you can tell that broken tip probably been gone in.
Jesus, how long you figure this has been in the ice?
Well, the backscatter effect's been bringing things up from way down around here for a long time. I'd say the ice that's buried in is 100,000 years old, at least.
And those Norwegians blew it up.
I'd say you're oddly out of breath for such a short hike.
Everyone down a rope too.
Do they not have treadmills and where are they? Antarctica?
Boy. I don't know who to trust. I know what you mean, Blair. Trust's a tough thing to come by these days. Tell you what, why don't you just trust in the Lord?
Watch Clark.
What?
I said watch Clark. And watch him close. Do you hear me?
It's not like anybody gets killing everybody. Hey, you stupid!
Chopper's the only one who's got any business with it.
Oh, now wait a minute, Gary. You've been in here on several occasions.
Doc thought of the test. So what? Is that supposed to clear him? Well, why?
Bullshit! Why would he come here and take it to no?
It's weird to see a grown old man with a nose ring.
Yeah. It's really chaotic.
Sit that down. No. I'll put this right through your head.
You
guys gonna listen to Gary? You gonna let him give the orders? I mean, he could be one of those things.
Windows. Wait a minute. Just take it easy. Put the gun down.
Put it down, Gary. You don't want to hurt anybody.
Right. On the floor.
It's on the floor.
I don't know about copper, but I give you my word I did not go near that blood. And I guess you'll all feel a little easier if somebody else was in charge. Norris, I can't see anybody objecting to you.
I'm sorry, fellas, but I'm not up to it.
I'll take it.
I know you will. There should be somebody a little more even-tempered, Childs. All right.
Who he is filled in suspense.
Right?
I know I'm human. And if you were all these things, then you'd just attack me right now. So some of you are still human. This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to. But it's vulnerable out in the open. If it takes us over, then it has no more enemies. Nobody left to kill it. And then it's won. There's a storm hitting us in 6 hours. We're gonna find out who's who. All right, Doc, Gary, and Clark, move over there away from the others. Norris, you and Childs, shoot him up with morphine. Tie him down in the rec room and watch him. Fuchs, you start working on a new tech.
I need Doc's help. Yeah, you don't want to drug me. Mac, I'm not a prisoner.
My flamethrower says different.
I'm about to barbecue some people.
Here, let me do it. You're gonna break the needle in my
No, Doc. He's doing a real fine job.
I'm gonna hide this tape when I'm finished. If none of us make it, at least there'll be some kind of record. Storm's been hitting us hard now for 48 hours. We still have nothing to go on.
Willford Brimly as Bear. Blair. As Bear. Diabetes.
Diabetes.
T.K. Carter is Knowles. David Clennon is
Oh,
Palmer.
man. What a great show, though. That's a really good one.
Yeah, Steve David was Childs.
I really love the special effects in this movie.
The practical effects and special effects.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing what, like I said, what they did back in that day. They didn't have a lot of money, you know, they had big budgets, they didn't have millions of dollars to spend on
This was back when Hollywood was actually, you know, Hollywood.
Yeah.
And not this bullshit they have now.
all those green screens. And I mean, don't get me wrong, for some things that technology is amazing. What it can do, I will admit, it's awesome. But
The problem is they try to make it do everything. But it can't do it.
But for simple stuff like that, man, come on, go back to the basics. Because that's the stuff that really sells it.
That's what I liked about Quiet Place is there were a lot of good practical effects.
Yeah, again, besides the monster, right?
Monster is
The
CGI.
monster, there's it's CGI, but there's a few good points where it actually looks like they used some practical effects too.
It's like when it's up and close and you can kind of see it. Usually it's like in the dark and you cannot tell.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn scary. And it's usually like a blur because it's moving like really fast.
It's
She's
so-
incredibly
You're just
fast.
like, what the?
It's pretty dang cool. They did a good job.
Nice.
And I was impressed. Not very many good modern horror movies, but I was impressed with that.
I'll have to go check that one out for sure.
So,
The two movies I recently saw in the theater was Tomb Raider and Ready Player One.
I really enjoyed Tomb Raider. Ready Player One, I'm kind of skeptical about that because I read the book, I loved the book, and it looks like they didn't do anything in the movie that actually happened.
Should we score this thing?
Well, first,
Oh, how do we do this?
what's your favorite scene?
My favorite scene, I think, is where they're doing the blood testing.
The blood testing.
that was
super intense.
I
That
think
was
that one's
cool.
really cool. Yeah,
that was
where
cool.
When the
blood
thing
Holders.
jumps out of the petri
The
dish.
blood pops out of the petri dish, and then that guy's body just starts to like split and mutate, and then you fly straight up to the ceiling. You're like, holy shit, man! Like, whoa!
That
And-
scene was cool.
And the guys next to me can't blame him. Like, you kind of laugh at the start, but you're like, how'd you feel if you were tied up next to your buddy right there, and your buddy just starts turning?
And
you
he's
into,
just
like,
mutating
hey,
right next to you, and
I'd
you
be
know
like,
that
how? Like,
if-
get me out! You know?
if all of a sudden he gets an interest in eating you, there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Yeah, because you're tied up to the dude next to you and him, and he's like over here having a seizure / like
Yeah.
his face is ripping into shreds. You're like, I'd be like, okay, nope, no, yeah, I'd be freaking out. So that was by far my favorite scene, though.
You think they're like, okay, maybe not all these guys are the thing, so maybe we shouldn't tie them together.
Yeah, you never know.
It's like, oh gosh, you know. I think my favorite scene was when they're giving that guy CPR, and the chest just opens up and bites his arms off.
Oh,
Holy
dude.
shit. That
Right?
scared that scene always scared the crap out
You
of
know
me.
my favorite scene. My favorite scene is right there, but it's after that when the head pulls itself off the body, sprouts the legs, and starts crawling away.
And he's
For
like,
me, when I was a kid, that was horrifying. I
That
was like,
was
"Are you kidding
scary.
me?"
Can you imagine just giving somebody CPR and all of a sudden their chest just opens up and
Boom!
bites
You're
your
like,
arms
oh
off?
my gosh, no.
Holy crap.
Yeah, bites his arms just like straight off. You're like, oh yeah, you're a.
If there was a scene that you could do better, which would it be?
It's hard to say on this one.
Honestly, it's hard on this one because everything about it was just really well done. I honestly don't know if I have a scene I would do better. I really
Jordan?
don't.
I don't know. It was really good. It's hard to say it really is hard to say what scene you would do better because the entire time you're just enthralled.
Neither
and
one of you can
terrified.
give an answer to that question, and
No.
now I'm gonna feel like a jerk
Because he's got one.
because I've got one.
Okay.
Well,
Honestly,
Maybe it'll give me some ideas.
if I could, I mean, the movie is really good. The writing is good. The acting is good. Like they all sold it really well. The special effects are phenomenal. I love them. But if there was anything that I could do better about this movie, I'd maybe shorten the building time just a little bit.
That's a good.
Because it
right
does
there.
seem to drag on just a tad.
yeah.
It
It's
does
about,
have-
it's
it
about
did
the
have a
time
slow
that you
build.
were starting to doze off over there. It's just like,
That'll be some wonderful footage. I had like
Yeah.
bobbing and shit. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I could feel it. I was like, well.
you can bet when I'm at home editing this, I'm going to be laughing because I've got headphones on and I'm just watching you nod your head.
You will like see my head just like go down. I'll be like, oh, and then I'll be all like,
So since we're all here and you said we wanted to do a modern one next, we got to decide.
ooh,
Yes.
we're doing a modern one now.
It's one of my The Thing is one of my favorite movies. I give this one a 9.5. I gave
Wow.
A Quiet Place a 9.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. It's very good.
I would give the thing the same rating, honestly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
A
good.
9.5 out of 10
As
for me on
old
this
as
one.
it is still horrifying.
Yeah, there are
to
still. I
watch.
think pretty much every part when the thing really like with the chest popping out and the head falling off and the dude flying to the ceiling. I think all those parts, honestly, they still scare me when I see them. It's like
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why it's hard to. That's why it's hard to say what would you change.
Or like with the
because
dog.
everything they did was so good.
And like at the start with
And
the dog when it's
genuinely-
mutating and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
pulling the other one, it's like melting. You're like, jeez, dude, like.
Yeah, the tentacles are like digesting the other dog's
Like
body.
he spits that weird
like-
stuff on it at the start, and it's all just over there like rotting, and you're like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
And that's what disappoints me about the prequel that they
Prequel.
did, is that it's such good practical effects, and then who was it that directed the prequel?
I don't know.
Obviously, it wasn't John Carpenter. No,
No.
it couldn't have been.
No.
Because it's like all these practical effects, and then somebody comes in, oh, I can do this better, pure CGI. It's like, you can tell when something is CGI. That's why you limit it.
Yeah.
Do as much practical effects as you can. If you're going to do CGI, do it like they did in a Quiet Place. The creatures are moving really fast, so it's really hard to tell. And
But even when
usually
they're up
when it's
close-
slow and you see them, it's like really dark, and they're kind of like out of focus, and you can't tell.
But even
most
in the
of
scenes
time.
where you see them up close, it's a good mixture of CGI and practical effects.
They did a good job.
Cause like that's the head of that thing. When it opens up, you can tell that's like that's a piece. Like the way that the hinges are moving, that's a piece.
Yeah.
That's not CGI.
Mm-mm.
Well, have you guys watched the remake version of The Fly? With,
Oh, yeah.
Jeff
Jeff
Goldblum
Goldblum.
and Gina Davis.
I never saw that.
We should watch that one.
That one's really good.
There's a scene in that one though towards the end that the practical effects in that one too. The whole transformation that he goes through is all.
When he dissolves the dude's leg.
So yeah, you know what the concept of that movie though is, right?
Oh yeah.
Fly man hybrid thing, right? Well, towards the end, one of the main characters goes to save Gina Davis, and Jeff Goldblum, who's turning into a fly at this point, he dissolves the guy's hand and foot with fly vomit, spits on it, and you watch the thing melt.
Jeez.
In order to do that, they built a hand that was destroyed, reconstructed a melted hand out of like practical stuff, and then put it in front of like a torch, and let the thing melt to see how long it would take. It took like about 7 minutes for the whole entire hand to deteriorate. Put it on a screen, and then just fast forwarded the image, and you watch it melt. And it's the same thing with the foot. They have an entire leg they constructed who looks just like a leg, like an actual leg, and have it, and then you watch the stuff get spit all over the ankle, and then the foot melts, and he just like pulls the guy's foot like right off as it's melting. Same deal.
Yeah.
Complete
Jeez, that's
practical
intense.
effects. Completely practical, man. That's what I'm saying. You
See,
watch this stuff
practical
and you're
effects
like,
are the best.
oh my gosh, like yeah.
It's like there's
And
no
you feel.
substitute for practical effects.
You feel for that dude. You're like watching that, and you're like,
CGI can work, but you've got to do it in combination with stuff.
Your bird.
Yeah, he just sits
He
in
was
there.
over there. He's doing that.
Yeah, that's when you know he wants out. Look at him.
y'all over there, shut up. My time to come out.
He's over here.
Look at him. He's still doing it.
I know he's hilarious. If I open the gate, he gets out and like stands up there. It's funny.
So, what we do for that one?
So I think it's unanimous. We gave this one a 9.5.
Yeah.
It's good. It's old, but good.
But good.
An oldie but a goodie.
An oldie but a goodie.
If you have seen it, you're one of the people who either understands or maybe you think different so you don't like it. And if you haven't seen it, you haven't lived. Go watch it.
That's a scary movie.
I would highly recommend it. It's
John Carpenter's
fantastic.
The Thing, 1987.
Make sure you
Very
get the
good
1987 one, not the remake. Or
Well, it's not a
prequel.
remake; it's a prequel.
Prequel.
They did a prequel back in 2007, or was it 2011? Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around that ballpark. I really don't remember because it was horrible.
The story to the prequel is it roughly keeps it within the same area, but I was just disappointed in the fact that they used a ton of CGI, and I felt like the acting was left a little to be desired. So
Yeah, actors make a big difference. Well, that's John Carpenter's The Thing.
see you next time.
See ya.
Bye bye.